there are instances in life that transform everything. As you reflect on the past, you come to understand that what began as commonplace transformed into something extraordinary, and that initial simplicity is never quite preserved. It all started in a way that feels familiar. On a seemingly typical evening, my stepson Liam and I found ourselves in the living room, ready to share moments together. In the wake of Marquez's passing, an eerie stillness enveloped the home. For 2 years, I had been on a quest to fill in the gaps of my life, yet somehow I overlooked the fact that Liam had matured, or perhaps I was unwilling to acknowledge it. We found ourselves immersed in a thrilling film filled with exhilarating sequences and sprinkled with moments of romance throughout. Liam lounged beside me on the couch, his arms thrown out wide, exuding an air of ownership over the space. It was the inaugural moment I witnessed him in that manner. He stood with a commanding presence, his shoulders wide and his jaw sharp, telling a tale of strength and determination. He had outgrown his childhood. He embodied the essence of manhood in every way. Yet I swiftly cast that notion aside. He holds the title of my stepson. I recalled my thoughts. Yet that night I was unaware that those reminders would prove inadequate. As the film unfolded, the moments grew increasingly gripping. Liam tilted his body just a touch, his arm draping over the back of the couch as he inched a little nearer to me. It seemed as though he was on the verge of sharing a thought, yet the words never came. In that fleeting instant, our gazes intertwined. In his gaze, I glimpsed a profound depth, and at that moment, an unsettling feeling took root within me. A part of me attempted to dismiss it, to make the moment feel ordinary. It's merely a film, just a mix-up, I reassured myself. Yet, my emotions were being truthful. In that intimate moment, I sensed his breath softly caress my cheek. Unbeknownst to him, he found himself inching nearer. His hand rested on the couch, hovering near my shoulder, creating a moment filled with uncertainty about whether he would make contact or not. Within me, chaos reigned. The proximity to him stirred a mix of unease and an unexpected excitement within me. The sensation filled me with dread, yet everything unfolded so rapidly that I struggled to grasp my own thoughts. "Cassidy," he murmured, his voice soft and tinged with uncertainty, "I have a story to share with you." I glanced at him, my heart pounding with anticipation. "Indeed, Liam," I inquired, though my voice trembled with uncertainty. "I simply—" He expressed his gratitude for all that had been done. "Since Marcus passed away, your support has been unwavering. Your choice was unexpected, yet it made all the difference, filling this house with a sense of companionship I never thought I would find. It all traces back to you." His words struck a deep chord within me, and the weight of the moment made me feel even more exposed. "Absolutely, Liam," I replied, mustering a smile. "It's wonderful to have you with us." Yet his gaze remained fixed on me. "Likewise," he replied, his voice taking on a richer tone. "Your presence brings a sense of comfort to my heart." Suddenly, the atmosphere around us thickened, laden with unspoken words. He must have sensed it as well, for he drew his hand back slightly, yet his gaze remained locked on mine. At that instant, uncertainty enveloped me, leaving me at a loss for action. My heart raced wildly, and my mind was a whirlwind of thoughts. I attempted to keep a barrier between us, yet a flame had already been kindled in my thoughts. He had outgrown his childhood. That realization struck me that night, and it was a profound realization. That would be all there is to it. That night, Liam's demeanor shifted, enveloping me in a sense of warmth and deeper feelings. For years, I had played a nurturing role in his life, but the Liam beside me that night was far from the child I once knew. At 19, he stood tall and broad-shouldered, undeniably handsome, yet he remained my stepson, didn't he? That thought was the anchor I held onto as I navigated the whirlwind of emotions swirling within me. Yet I had no way of anticipating that this was just the beginning. As Liam's gaze met mine that night, the intensity in his eyes rendered me utterly vulnerable, stirring questions about the source of his unexpected warmth and emotion. On that day, I had no inkling of the impending events that would unfold that night, and the tale that began that evening would ultimately alter the trajectory of my life forever. If you love immersing yourself in captivating tales like this, come be a part of my channel, hit that subscribe button, and activate notifications to show your support. Believe me, this tale will be among the most exhilarating ones you've ever encountered. Several days had gone by since that evening. Liam was behaving in a way that was out of the ordinary. During breakfast, he shared more, and his gaze rarely strayed from me. He began to lend a hand at home like never before, weaving his presence into the fabric of daily life. "Cassidy, allow me to lend a hand," he offered one morning as he noticed me sweeping the floor. With a swift motion, he snatched the broom from my grasp and began to take charge of the task himself. My eyes widened in disbelief as I stared at him. He found himself in uncharted territory, a realm he had yet to explore. "I see you manage everything in this house on your own," he remarked, his gaze locked onto mine. "You're simply one individual. It seems like you could use a little support right now." Those words caught me off guard and stirred something deep within me. "Thank you, Liam," I said, my voice quivering just a bit as I spoke, yet within, a comforting surge enveloped me. His simple recognition of my solitude resonated profoundly within me. As the day wore on and I found myself in the kitchen, I sensed Liam's gaze upon me. He lingered behind me, propped against the counter, simply observing. Yet, these were not the types of gazes I was familiar with. His gaze drifted across me, tracing the curves of my hips, the line of my back, the cascade of my hair. Initially, I believed it was just a figment of my imagination. "No, Cassidy, you're overreacting," I reminded myself, yet the weight of his stare was undeniable. I tried to maintain my composure, yet beneath the surface, there was an undeniable excitement stirring within me. Honestly, I found it quite enjoyable. It had been ages since I experienced the warmth of someone's gaze upon me in such a way. As Liam stepped away from the kitchen, I found myself drawn to the mirror. As I gazed into the mirror, I saw my own reflection staring back at me. Even in my 40s, I still had a captivating charm. Once upon a time, I possessed a slender waist, curvaceous hips, and a fit physique, all thanks to my dedication to regular exercise. My light brown wavy hair cascaded gently over my shoulders, creating a delicate frame around my face. My bosom? It appears they may have overlooked the number of years I've been around. It had been ages since I had gazed at my reflection in the mirror like this. At that instant, a feeling awakened within me. A transformation was unfolding. I could sense it deeply. As the days unfolded, Liam's behavior began to reveal itself more clearly. His gaze was fixed on me like a tale waiting to unfold. At times, it was a gentle brush of fingers. At times, merely a single word can weave a tale. But I began to see that he was testing the limits of our connection. Perhaps the most surprising aspect was that I discovered a sense of enjoyment in it. As I settled into bed that night, the events from the kitchen replayed in my mind, and one thought lingered, refusing to fade away. Liam had outgrown his childhood. He had transformed into a refined and striking figure. Yet I could never have anticipated the thrill that would come from that understanding. And I sensed that before long, there would come a time when everything would twist into a situation beyond repair. One evening, I returned home after a night out, and the scene that unfolded before me took my breath away. Softly flickering lights, vibrant blooms, an elegantly arranged table, and an enchanting ambiance. More than anything, I was enchanted by the birthday surprise Liam had crafted. Initially, it felt surreal to think it was meant for my special day. This kind of dedication felt more akin to what one would offer to a beloved partner. As Liam stepped into the living room to say hello, it became instantly clear to me why he was there. In my mind's eye, I envisioned him clad in a crisp white shirt paired with sleek black trousers. He was a sight to behold, exuding an air of confidence and charm that I had never witnessed in him before. He had an undeniable magnetism that drew me in, making it nearly impossible to look away. He spoke softly, a hint of a smile playing on his lips, as he expressed his desire to make this day unforgettable for you. In that moment, he extended his hand, revealing a box nestled within his palm. As I unveiled the contents, my eyes fell upon the dress nestled within, and I turned to him, my expression a mix of disbelief and wonder. Once upon a time, there was a stunning, bold red dress that captivated all who beheld it. Its soft texture invited touch, while the deep open back whispered secrets of elegance. The high slit added a daring flair, making it a true masterpiece of fashion. As I laid my eyes on it, a rush of thrill and uncertainty surged within me. "Did you really get this for me?" I inquired, taken aback. "Absolutely, it's your special day, and I thought it would be wonderful for you to don something extraordinary." "I'm certain it will be stunning on you," he remarked, his tone steady, yet his eyes burning with intensity. With the dress in hand, I made my way to my room, where a world of possibilities awaited. As I stood before the mirror, the gentle touch of the soft red fabric against my skin awakened a sensation I hadn't encountered in ages. As I slipped the dress on, a wave of nostalgia washed over me, reminding me of the times when I felt confident and radiant in my own skin. It had been years since I had worn something that embraced my figure so beautifully. With a graceful reveal, my long legs emerged through the slit, while the gentle curve of my waist and the sleek line of my back harmonized beautifully with the dress's exquisite design. As I gazed into the mirror, a moment of quiet contemplation washed over me. A smile crept onto my face as I softly murmured, "This is wild. I'm getting all dolled up for Liam, but goodness, this dress truly makes me feel radiant." I examined my reflection with greater scrutiny, confronting realities I had long overlooked. Absolutely, I found myself in my late 40s, yet this dress transported me back to the vibrant days of my 20s. My skin retained its smoothness, while my light brown hair cascaded gently around my shoulders, elegantly framing my face. Inside, I experienced a thrill, a sensation I hadn't encountered in quite some time. With a deep breath, I stepped out of the room, ready to embrace whatever awaited me beyond the door. As I strolled into the living room, Liam's gaze met mine, unwavering and intense. His gaze held me captive, weaving a tapestry of the extraordinary around us. His gaze was filled with unmistakable admiration. With a smile, I expressed my gratitude, saying, "This is all thanks to you. The dress is truly remarkable," yet my glance was fleeting. Dee walked away, a whirlwind of emotions swirling within her, acutely aware of Liam's penetrating stare. "I knew it all along," Liam remarked, his gaze fixed on me. "You look absolutely stunning in that dress." When I received such a straightforward compliment, my heart began to race, yet I attempted to downplay it, responding with, "You're exaggerating." Liam led me to the table he had thoughtfully arranged. In the midst of the scene, 2 wine glasses stood poised, while a bottle of red wine rested gracefully between them, inviting tales of laughter and conversation. For a fleeting instant, it was as if I had stepped into a completely different narrative. This felt more like a gathering than a birthday celebration. It was as if a tale of romance unfolded over dinner. Yet I remained silent, completely captivated by the ambiance surrounding me. Liam uncorked the bottle, the rich aroma wafting through the air as he filled our glasses with the deep crimson liquid. Gentle melodies floated through the air, while the wine enveloped our senses with a comforting sweetness. Initially, we delved into the past, reflecting on Marquise and the transformations that have shaped our lives. As the night unfolded, I observed Liam gradually guiding the dialogue toward a realm that felt much more intimate. "Cassidy," he said abruptly, his voice gentle, yet imbued with a weighty seriousness, "how can someone as remarkable as you find themselves without companionship? I simply can't wrap my head around it." Our gazes met, and I found myself utterly speechless. "Liam, sometimes solitude finds us rather than the other way around." "Life often has a tendency to isolate you," I remarked, yet there was a depth in his gaze. "You don't have to be by yourself," he said, raising his glass to his mouth. "A woman like you has desires, Cassidy, and I'm here to fulfill them. The words lingered, trapped within me. His words resonated with me in ways I never anticipated. I lifted my glass and savored another sip, yet my gaze remained fixed on Liam. This birthday had transformed into something much deeper than mere celebration. It was evolving into an entirely new narrative. As Liam placed his wine glass on the table, his gaze remained fixed on me, unwavering and intense. Cassidy, you radiate beauty and charm. I wanted this night to be unforgettable for you, because you truly deserve it, he said, his voice low yet resolute. A soft smile crept onto my lips as I gently spun my glass in my hand. That's truly kind of you to express, Liam, but there are moments when I question the reason behind your dedication, I remarked. Liam lifted an eyebrow just a bit and said, because you deserve it. You're more than a stepmom, Cassidy. There's a depth to you that goes beyond the surface. His tone resonated with a richness that caught me off guard and touched my heart profoundly. In that fleeting instant, our gazes remained locked, unyielding. The quiet that hung in the air thickened the atmosphere, making every moment feel charged with unspoken words. My heart raced, yet I found myself unable to utter a word that might shatter the stillness of the moment. Liam rose from his seat with a deliberate grace, circled the table, and approached me with purpose. With his hand resting on the edge of the table, he leaned in closer to me. Cassidy, you are worthy of a life filled with appreciation and respect from those around you. He remarked that a woman like you should never be underestimated. Liam, I started, yet words eluded me. The words lingered, trapped within me. Just as I was about to share my thoughts, Liam leaned in closer to my face. With a soft whisper, he revealed his true feelings, and in that moment, our lips connected. The kiss caught me completely off guard. A spark ignited within me, a comforting glow, a bond formed. After years of feeling disconnected, I found myself drawn in, as he slid his hands to my waist, bringing us closer together. A moment of shock unfolded, transforming into an irresistible urge to engage with the unfolding events. Our lips remained intertwined for what seemed like forever, as if time itself had paused in that moment. But then, out of nowhere, the truth struck me. I gradually distanced myself from Liam, utterly breathless. This doesn't feel right, I murmured, my voice quivering with uncertainty. Liam, I must retreat to my room, was all I could muster to express. Liam cast his gaze in my direction and inhaled deeply. I'm sorry, Cassidy, but I couldn't help but feel this, he said, his voice steady yet still ignited with passion. In silence, I rose and swiftly made my way to my room. Upon stepping inside, I closed the door behind me and rested against it, inhaling deeply. My heart raced as I struggled to make sense of the whirlwind of events that had just unfolded. I settled onto the edge of my bed, gazing into the mirror before me. Even my reflection appeared to be burdened by the gravity of that moment. What led to this moment? I shared a quiet secret with myself. The chaos swirling in my thoughts, combined with the influence of the wine, gently guided me toward the comfort of my bed. As soon as my head touched the pillow, the feelings and burdens of the evening washed over me, and I slipped into slumber. Yet, the night still had more to unfold. After a while, a soft sound reached my ears. As I opened my eyes, a shadow loomed at the door, beckoning with an air of mystery. As the door creaked open, a shadowy figure emerged in the soft glow, revealing Liam's outline. Cassidy, he murmured gently. His voice carried a quiet strength imbued with a sense of purpose. My heart raced once more as he stepped into the room. He stepped inside, a hint of mischief in his eyes, and with a soft click, the door sealed off the world outside. I know I shouldn't be here, he confessed, a smile playing on his lips. In that moment, the glimmer in Liam's eyes hinted that this night still had more to unfold. The intensity in his eyes and the cadence of his words wrapped around me like a captivating tale. My heart raced with such intensity that it seemed ready to leap from my chest. I felt a compelling urge to share my thoughts with him. As my gaze met his, hidden feelings began to rise, eager to be shared. I understand that I owe you a response, Liam, I said, my voice quivering yet filled with genuine truth. Your feelings resonate with mine, and I desire you deeply. The fire in Liam's gaze held me spellbound. The feelings I had kept hidden for so long were finally coming to the surface. With a pounding heart, I realized the moment had come for me to reply. With a deep breath, I examined the tremor in my voice. I understand that I must provide you with a response, Liam, I said, fixing my gaze on him. I share your feelings, and my desire for you is strong. As those words flowed from my mouth, the blend of astonishment and joy on Liam's face ignited a wave of bravery within me. A gentle smile graced my lips as I shut my eyes briefly, taking a moment to center my thoughts. With a deep breath, I urged myself to act before hesitation took over, my fingers gently gliding to my shoulders as I began to lower the delicate straps of my dress. The fabric slipped away, cascading to the ground, while I remained there, feeling the weight of Liam's sudden intake of breath. In his eyes, a vivid longing ignited the thrill that surged within me. Without a moment's pause, Liam moved nearer, and once more our lips connected. His kiss was so full of passion that it seemed as if time itself had come to a standstill. His hand wrapped around my waist, drawing me close as the kiss grew more intense. At last, he softly led me to the bed, creating a moment filled with anticipation. As we approached the brink, Liam's hands gently guided me down onto the mattress, my gaze never wavering from his. His presence enveloped me, and I found myself yielding entirely. Liam crouched low, swiftly removed his shirt, and flung it away with a flick of his wrist. He knelt on the bed, leaning in closer to me. The fierce determination and burning desire reflected in his gaze ignited a deeper passion within me. His fingers gently traced my cheek, returning to my lips once more. In that instant, the walls that had separated us throughout the years dissolved entirely. For the first time in more than 2 years, an unfamiliar sensation washed over me. I had completely let go. As Liam wove his tale, I clutched the sheets tightly with my hands and shut my eyes. I allowed myself to be swept away by the thrill and anticipation that surged within me. As I blinked awake and caught sight of Liam, his flushed face and strong shoulders drew me in irresistibly. As I extended my hands to his back, a rush of exhilaration surged through me, prompting me to press my nails into his skin. Liam's excitement was palpable, his heartbeat quickening with every passing moment. I rested my hand on his chest, sensing the rapid beat of his heart, and in that instant, Liam surrendered completely, unable to contain himself any longer. In that moment of surrender, Liam, panting softly, settled down next to me. On that day, as we exchanged whispers of love and dreams, I drifted off into a peaceful slumber. From that moment on, everything in my life was set to change dramatically. In that unforgettable night, joy enveloped me like never before, and it dawned on me that this was merely the start of something extraordinary. Pay close attention to the unfolding events, as this narrative is far from over. Keep your eyes peeled. If you've journeyed with me to this point, I sense that my narrative has resonated with you on a profound level. There are countless tales waiting to be unveiled, and you'll definitely want to be part of every single one. Be sure to tap that follow button, enable notifications, and share your thoughts about this tale in the comments.